University of the West Indies has another campus, but it's not what you think. It's as close as an internet connection and your computer. It has sites in over 40 locations in 16 Caribbean countries and offers numerous courses from certificates and diplomas right through to graduate degrees. It's the UWI's Open Campus. Distance learning has a long history. In 1728, the Boston Gazette published an advertisement for students by shorthand teacher Caleb Phillips. In the ad, Caleb promised to send prospective students shorthand lessons which they would complete and return to him for correction. That started the process of learning outside the classroom, and as the centuries passed and technology developed, distance learning began to take shape. This alternative learning mode was accepted in 1948 by the then newly established University of the West Indies. The UWI realized this mode of learning suited its mandate of bringing the university to the people.
From the time the university was established, it had thought it important to provide opportunities for people in the OACS countries and the rest of the region that did not have a campus to access or to be able to get higher education experiences. So the extramural department was established in some selected countries as a start when the university itself had come into being.
The Department of Extramural Studies was the UWI's answer to providing local communities in the region with essential outreach services. The department offered courses, lectures, seminars, and workshops geared mainly to persons not able or willing to study in the traditional university setting. These programs helped to increase workplace skills. Later, however, this learning style changed.
As the years went by, one of the things that we observed was that there was a need for a rapid reskilling of the workforce. And through that, the powers that be within the university renamed the Extramural Studies Department to the School of Continuing Studies.
Again, as technology evolved, so did the programs of the School of Continuing Studies. In the early 80s, new distance education technologies were conceived and an innovative program was established.
The university decided that it would, in fact, try to take distance as a serious part of its enterprise, become a dual mode university, face-to-face through its campuses, but have a strong distance program. The distance education, the UWI experiment, which was an experiment in distance education, then came into being, and they offered through a teleconferencing system lectures and courses through that system to people in, at least it started in Antigua, St. Lucia, I think St. Vincent and a few other selected countries. And people were able, through the teleconferencing system, to get the lectures and listen. They would come into the center, and the equipment was set up in the center so that they could turn on, and then they would listen to the lecture. The lecturers would speak to them, and they could speak back.
The UWI distance teaching experiment soon led to the development of the UWI Distance Education Center, known as UWI, which offered degrees and certificates through distance learning. These outreach arms, along with the tertiary level institutions unit, made up the core of what is now the Open Campus. The University of the West Indies has now entered another phase of distance learning with the opening of its 4th campus. The Open Campus, approved in April 2007 and launched at the CARICOM Heads of Government July 2008, is taking distance learning to a different level. The Open Campus, part of the UWI's 2007 to 2012 strategic plan, promises to provide availability online, on-site, and on demand.
The Open Campus is the arm by which UWI seeks to now bring the technology more immediately to the people so that they can access anything in the university. Now, the Open Campus then is responsible for working with our colleagues on the other campuses to transform the courses that were offered face-to-face and offer them online.
UWI is one of the pioneers in this cutting-edge kind of distance education development. We have always realized that we needed to ensure that the people of the Caribbean have access to good quality higher education opportunities. So, you know, through our distance education program in the past and our new online programs and face-to-face programs that we still offer, we have been providing a great deal of opportunities for more people in the Caribbean in terms of accessing higher education. From those who really didn't do so well in school, for myriad of reasons, they can start off by doing pre-university courses with us, which we offer at all our sites. They can move straight from high school into doing a first degree. They can do a graduate degree, and they can just do any courses, any skills development, or any courses or programs that they want to access to help them improve their to self-actualize and to move up into their careers or move into other fields. We just offer many opportunities for them to do that.
The Open Campus offers a unique learning environment on several levels.
It's a virtual campus with physical nodes. So one of the things we do is to provide a physical location that students can go for orientation, for information, or if they have a problem. And these sites also offer computer facilities. So if in some cases a student does not have a computer or internet facilities, that's a place that they can go. We also require up until now that students sit examinations. And so these facilities offer a place that they can go and be identified and sit their exams. For online, each student has an e-tutor, and it's about 1 to 25 students, so that there is someone they can address their problems to. We provide printed material for them, or if not printed, CDs or downloadable material from the internet, very specifically related to the course content. There's also a help desk, so that if a student has a problem, they can email the help desk, and they would get referral or resolution of their problems.
Technology is a major focus at the Open Campus. Software designed to make the online classroom a reality is utilized and constantly being updated. Even technically challenged students are assisted.
Well, it's important to realize that the Caribbean is still not totally plugged in and connected. We understand that. We have been working in the region for many, many years, and we have proceeded to acquire a lot of computer equipment. So at our sites, we have over 40 sites across the region, and we encourage our students who don't have access to computers or internet access to come into our site, work with people there who can help them get online. We train them, so if they're uncomfortable with using, the new technologies, or even a basic computer skills, we offer assistance in helping them to get online and getting access to our learning systems. We have a lot of new technology because we use a lot of video conferencing services. We have our own, developed our own Open Campus student management system. So students can use their ID to go online and speak to course coordinators, their e-tutors, and other students from around the region. We developed that ourselves, called the Moodle, based on the Moodle platform. And so we call that our Open Campus student management system. We also do a lot of video conferencing, and we've just acquired the Illuminate software. So we have a cutting-edge web teleconferencing system. And we also use a wide range of video conferencing services, so we students and tutors and staff can speak to each other right across the region, because, you know, as the late Professor Rex Nettleford said, you know, the tyranny of distance is what, you know, can affect us in the Caribbean, you know, as we are separated by the Caribbean Sea. But with new technology today and the use of open source software like MySQL and Ajax and Linux, we have acquired to help us make our students a lot more, give them more accessibility to learning online and in face-to-face situations.
There are several undergraduate, graduate, associate degrees, certificate, diplomas, and professional development courses offered online and face-to-face. Courses are specifically designed to respond to regional growth and offer students skills which they can use globally.
The university would have done extensive market research, and we noted the current demand within the region, and that is why these specific courses were developed. So we believe that these courses are the ones which would make a graduate more marketable and confident in this era of globalization.
One of the drivers behind the workforce development is that internationally and globally, people must be skilled, and that countries, as they compete on the global stage, they must be able to satisfy investing companies that their labor force is skilled and equipped to handle the kind of work and the kind of requirements that the companies need in order for the companies themselves to be competitive. And so we are positioning ourselves in the Open Campus as an important artery in workforce development.
The Open Campus is not solely virtual or university-based. At The Pine, face-to-face courses are available to students who want to upgrade or just interested in enriching their lives.
That's our latest initiative in the Open Campus Workforce Development Initiative. And we offer a range of shortened courses there, and they come in two formats. One, they either can be done on site here with us, or if a company has a need for training a group of persons and they would prefer for us to come to their site and engage their staff in training, we can also go to the site. We offer things in like public speaking, etiquette and protocol, event planning and conference management, law for human resource practitioners, law for healthcare practitioners, supervisory management, interpersonal relations in the office. Those kinds of courses, transformational management, those are but a few of the workforce type courses that we offer at the now Open Campus.
The UWI Open Campus has something for everyone. Why not see if you have what it takes to be a student?
I have always had a desire to pursue further education. However, prior to the Open Campus, there were not many good options available in terms of getting the quality I needed to continue on to the grad programs and so on. But for the Open Campus, I was able to get the quality that I needed whilst still remaining at home with my family, not having to leave my work and at an affordable cost. So the Open Campus provided the solution to all the different little problems that existed in terms of my pursuit of bachelor's degree.
I would think that a student, a good candidate for open and distance learning is someone who has the drive, the discipline, the self-motivation, who is competent with a computer, and who can do things on their own, can manage their time. So that if you can do all these things, you are an excellent candidate. And in some cases, people tend to think that it is only older students, or older people who can study at a distance. But there are some young people who can do it primarily because they like the technology and it offers them an opportunity to play with it, you know, to do creative things. So it's not age really, it is whether you have this self-discipline and you can keep focused so that you don't drop out in the end. But we help you along so that even sometimes you're discouraged, the e-tutors are there or the help desk is there to pick you up and help you to go again.
However, being an open campus student is not without its challenges.
At first, managing time, getting the time management in place and stuff like that, and really realizing the level of work that you had to do. Okay, and then I was excited about the online section, but only thing that was a real challenge was doing the mathematical courses online. But I learned then how to deal with them and practice. It's a matter of practicing, going over your stuff and working with it and accessing the help that is available, and that has worked for me.
One of the challenges is that all the work is done on your own. So you have, in order to be successful, you have to make sure you keep up to date with all your readings. And in between that, you have quizzes, you have online discussions, and you have to prepare for your exams. So it's just a matter of time management. But you just need to know what you have to do and do it, and you'll be successful in that.
The challenges, though, are not impossible to overcome. The Open Campus has put measures in place to make sure that students are successful and well prepared in their chosen field of study.
You have your e-tutors who you can go online and you have an instant messaging, you can speak to them. You have the tutors support section. You can go in, you have discussions and stuff that you can ask all sorts of questions. They post things for you to help you along, and if you have questions, there's a section you can put your questions in and you get your answers, and we discuss as students and the e-tutors, we discuss certain things that can help us along, and that has worked very well.
For me, I see it as a personal enhancement, and with that it comes with confidence in the fact that you are more marketable, you're more employable. And as a whole, education equals more income and more varied career options and opportunities.
The Open Campus offers you more opportunity, more options in your career choices and past employer, everything. You do not feel confined to your current position. You know that there are options because you have a great quality education and it's well recognized. So you know that whilst I personally haven't pursued other employment because I'm for now comfortable where I am, I have the increased sense of feeling that I have more options available to me.
We just conducted some market research last year, well this year that has come into a close, and it showed that a lot of students, especially our online students, are very pleased with the level of responsibility and responses, the quality of the work that we give them, the quality of the tutors who we have chosen, because we're very careful who we choose to teach our courses and who we choose to manage our programs in terms of course coordination. So we had some bumps in the early part of the development of the Open Campus, but I think this year we turned a corner, and I mean in 2 years I think that says a lot. We are very happy with the student response, and we just started our student guild, again a new step for the Open Campus, and the executive is meeting, so we're really consolidating the efforts of the Open Campus in really responding to student needs, because as the principal keeps pointing out, you know, we take our student-centeredness mission very, very, very seriously.
Lionel Maxwell, supervisor at the Barbados Light and Power, judo coach, and alumni student of the Open Campus. Graduating in 2009 with a bachelor's in management studies, Lionel reminisces about his experiences as an online student.
I've always been interested in the management side of things. I wanted to know what made managers come to the decisions in which they came to, and see whether or not I agreed with what informed their decisions. I felt that once I had done that, then I'd be able to see the picture from both sides. It was a time in my life when I was involved in a lot of things. As you are already aware, I'm a family man, so I have a wife, I have 2 children, I have a job as well. In addition to that, I've been involved in some other extracurricular activities. I guess I was a little greedy. I wanted to maintain all that I had and get more. So I wanted to be able to study without disrupting the other aspects of my life too much. It did not start with the open campus. My first encounter with the university was in an attempt to gain a certificate in business administration at the time. That, I believe, that course which I did proved to be the final course, the final occasion in which it was offered by UWI. So I just sort of got in there in time. But when that was completed, then I decided not to quit, to continue to the next stage. There were times, obviously, during the period that I felt like quitting. Honestly did. Felt like just saying enough is enough. Especially since it would have been a lengthy time for me because I was doing everything else as well as this, and it meant that I had to be doing the studies in what time I had that I wasn't working, and I wasn't engaging in the other activities that I was engaging in at the time. So a lot of long nights, and sometimes it got grueling. So, but one thing kept me going is that I said to myself, well, I was telling my son and my daughter that they needed to do this and they needed to do that, and that they should do this and they should do that, and that I just couldn't say to them that I had to set the example, and that if I quit, then I could have to keep my mouth shut if at some later stage they decided to do the same thing. And that sort of pushed me along. One of the immediate benefits of being a graduate of UWI is that it gives you instant credibility. That's one of the first and immediate benefits. People tend to listen to you more. I'll say the same thing I said before then, and I'll get better hearing now than I did that then. And that's, I guess it's normal, because people think that now you have a reason and you know what you're talking about.
I'm part of a tough, smart,
constantly evolving,
never too old to learn community of human beings.
Proud of country,
proudly Caribbean, global citizens.
With convenient access to over 400 learning programs
delivered both online and face-to-face
from the Caribbean's University of First Choice.
My mind,
my life,
my world of possibilities is wide open.
Call, click, or visit the UWI Open Campus.
Becoming an open campus student is not difficult. You may apply online at www.open.uwi.edu. There's no charge for applying for online courses. Local programs like those offered at the Pine have an administrative fee. Once you have applied and submitted your physical documents on site, you will be advised if you have been accepted. Upon acceptance, you'll be given a student ID number which allows you to arrange your courses. Scholarships and bursaries are currently not being offered, but student loans are available.
We would like to offer scholarships and bursaries to our students. We don't have a facility as such to do that, but we have been talking to institutions like the banks and so on to create a loan, revolving loans for students. We were happy that the government of Barbados said that we could actually have open campus students access those loans. So we're looking at those ways in which we can make access to higher education possible for our students. And we know, I think our aim, we will get to a position when we ourselves can have a fund that will allow us to give bursaries to students and help them within our own enterprise to be able to get support for their studies.
We have no problem supporting the program at the University of West Indies Open Campus because University of West Indies has a long tradition of excellence as far as offering education is concerned. And you can basically be guaranteed that once you're doing a program through the University of West Indies that you're receiving quality education. And along with other distance programs, we wouldn't necessarily differentiate between that program and how we deal with other programs that are accredited. And we see it as a very progressive move that the UWI is making as far as allowing other people access to degrees that wouldn't otherwise be able to do it because of their particular personal situation. And that's the reason why we would have started giving loans for persons to study online also, because of the flexibility of the learning option. The process is the same as if you're trying to access a loan for regular studies, regular brick and mortar studies. You find an accredited program, a program that you see through your research as having a high level of demand in the job market, because our main focus is supporting programs where you can find employment once you've returned and spend that money once you finish the program. So find a program that fits that criteria, and then you can come to us. You can go online and check our website. It's srlfloan.edu.bb, and there you will find our application forms, you'll find the surety forms, everything will be there.
UWI Open Campus is looking towards the future, mindful of the needs of its students and the region. Currently, it's working on increasing its course offerings and PhD level programs. If you are interested, visit the website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can email questions to admissions@open.uwi.edu or call 417-4497 or 417-4724. Be a part of the UWI's Open Campus, where you have the freedom to access your future online, on-site, and on demand.